Thanks for joining us on this broadcast. All right, this is American in decline. It's pretty obvious. Doesn't mean it's gonna be a world war or anything like that, or but as you can see, coming back from this, first off, you have to get through this um, to come back from it. So most likely this is going to go on for the next 5 years. It might go for 3 years, but 5 years still, with our current climate. So basically, it's there to slow things down, and which is much needed actually. I mean, how can you ascend when everybody's trying to survive and go crazy? Going to their job, going, constantly on the move. So this is pretty. It's not. Yeah, it's not going to be like the end of the empire. It just be more the end of what is it? Being on adrenaline, you can say. It just things are going to slow down. So it just instead of being insane, you just finally find your sanity by just calming down. So that's what more what I receive from this Lemurian energy is coming in. I mean, the thing about Atlanteans and Lemurians, not that they're flying around here right now, but just use your imagination. You think they're just they're hanging out, they're swimming, they're talking to friends, they're not getting up and going to work and taking Prozac. So yeah, they're not on like a subscription drugs or anything like that. So yeah, things are just adjusting, and that's what this is all. That's where we're heading. It's just the way it is. Things aren't going to. I mean, this thing is not going to let up at all. I mean, Florida, we're going to be, from what it looks like, we're going to be number one. Fucking jeez. Now, are those numbers correct? Probably not, but who cares, right? It doesn't matter. So you can call it a hoax, you call it whatever you want. It's doing what it's here to do, and that's slow things down and take down infrastructures and just it can go crazy all you want for a while, but we're just readjusting to more of a slow-paced reality, similar to Europe. And I guess they just have drinking holidays. As they do. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Europe, but either way, we're going more of a slower pace. And a superpower, I guess it'll be China, I guess. And they can have it. But they're not going to be doing so great. I mean, if nobody's buying their stuff, I don't know if anybody's going to be a real superpower, really. I mean, China might be, they're already ahead of us already, so, they can be on Prozac, let them have it. So, yeah, it's just it's called a decline, but it's more of like a slowdown, so you can, heal yourself. It's all about healing the self, if you want to. That's the main thing, really. It's about, instead of having to worry about work and all that, now you're just like, okay, now what? I mean, obviously, jobs and all that are scarce and everything, but it does give you time to look, um, inside of yourself. Always begin the process of. You might not see a whole lot at first, but that's where we're going more internal, yeah. So it'll all work out somehow, and yeah, that's where your senses open up when you're ready for them to open up, for you to attract what you need, and things will just work out for the better. The more fear you have, it's complicated, obviously. But a slowdown, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see a civil war. I mean, there's going to be a little civil wars here and there, yes, in certain areas, but not. Who knows? It's not making itself clear. Everything's going to just be cut in half. basically. So, yeah, which in the long run is much better. Well, hopefully the idea is like rent and all that, insurance all goes down because insurance is pretty much a scam anyway, and renting is too. Insurance is the biggest scam out there, and they know it. I mean, I've known people that actually know that. It's like, how do you people sleep at night? And of course, attorneys are the same thing. We work with attorneys, and it's just some of it's legit, a lot of it isn't. Just we have attorneys here that are say they're for the people, and they're more like they're for themselves. Yeah, so and all that's going to come out eventually too. Well, yeah, people think they're going to get a settlement, but then the attorneys take like 60% of it or 80% of it, and you get here's some pennies. So it'd be nice to see all that go away. A demolish of all lawyers, that'd be good. I don't know. To more of a European way where it's just not so prominent. Because, yeah, law is one of the big industries here. It's the rest of the world doesn't have that. They don't have, you can sue about everything. You say one word, you can sue somebody for that. You can't do that in other countries. They say, screw you. Which is the way it should be. So, yeah, that's like one of our major industries of just suing for nothing. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see that go away. So yeah, I feel like the country at least is being cut in half, you could say. I wouldn't call it, the downfall of America, or, decline, but not at the end of an empire. It's just, it needs to hit pause, and that's what this is doing. It's just freaking ridiculous before, so it's just a reset of mostly the United States. I think the rest of the world is going to go through their own version of it, but mostly the United States. So that's why, you look at where the numbers are of all this stuff, where the numbers, you can say are bloated all you want. They're that high for a reason. It's like that's where all the BS is going. New York, California, Florida. It kind of tells you something about who needs to get their act together. And of course, the rest of the country is going to be affected. It just shows you where timelines are really active. There's a lot of stuff there that's behind, read between the lines. So I mean, you can call them inflated numbers all you want. It doesn't really matter. It has an agenda. It's doing it. So you can call it fake all day long. It's not. I mean, so what? Just. But yeah, when you cut half our society, industries are going away. Airline industry is going away. Theaters, movie theaters, for all the people that have no life whatsoever, you have to stay at home now. That sucks. But so yeah, it's like a public man cave in some regard. But yeah, it's just movies are gonna be online. Most entertainment be online. Eventually, I still feel like community will come out of this, like a Greek type of community. Maybe not always the safest, but in time it will, because we got nowhere else to go. As they keep us all locked up for a while, you have to create community outside. However that works I don't know. I don't think we're there yet, but more of that's going to occur, and somehow. So yeah, we're going through a bizarre transition. Yeah, these are times. Yeah, well, the Romans, and the Romans. They say the decline of the Roman Empire. Was it a decline? It just became the Catholic Church. So it didn't really decline. It just shifted. It just changed. That's all. I mean, the Catholic Church is pretty much running everything, right? I mean, the Pope is pretty powerful, especially in the past. So did it really decline? Did it really go away? I mean, did it fall? I mean, it fell, I guess, but not really. So America is just slowing down, but we're still going to be. It's still going to be here. It's just not like what it used to be. So yeah, manufacturing industry is pretty much already going anyway. So it's just going to get more simplistic, as it should be. It's just gotten so retarded for such a long time. So it's going to be kind of fascinating where things are going to go. Yeah, become more spiritual. um, as you want it to, because now you have more time on your hands. Now you can create, connect all kinds of bizarreness. I believe also the spirit world will start to open up more too, because we're running so fast. We're always going to work, going this, doing that. You can't notice what the hell's around. Not really. So when everything slows down and stops, and give it some time of getting used to it. Okay, now we're stopped. Okay, now we're having our heart attacks of not used to this. And then over time, that's when the spirit world starts to come through. So you'd be surprised. That's when the aliens come through. But first, we have to adjust to all this first, and then the change comes in. So yeah, aliens can't show up when we're all going to work and we're all driving 100 miles an hour on the interstate. They can't just say, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, oh, we got enough time for us? Okay." But the more that we're, working on ourselves, and which is very important, very important. Yeah, now you got nothing else to do but work on yourself, work with others. You work with your friends and you and everybody, connect to all kinds of crazy ass shit and whatever the hell you're connected to. And that's when the change comes in. American decline. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, unless this virus goes away tomorrow, which it won't. You can see it's like a slow death, but not the end. It's not the end of the world or anything. Not to put fear into it, but we come to realization is we're not going back to what things used to be. And some of us think, thank God, about freaking time. This is like 10 years late. For some of us are 20 years late. Yeah, so I think it's for the better in the long run. It's hard. But, was it that great before? Was it? Was it that? I mean, it's not to say right now it's easy for a lot of people, but if you can pay your rent and live decently, or not too, not worry about things, feed yourself, what else do you need really? People think they need all this and need to keep wanting things all the time because you're bored. At least on the material possessions. So on a spiritual level, you have everything. You just gotta want to connect with it. So, yeah, it's obviously it's tough. Whole things. This isn't going to be an easy transition for sure. So, but the writing's on the wall. You can ignore it all you want, but I don't see a world. I mean, you can call this a world war, I guess. But you can call it whatever you want. But it's definitely we're not going. There's no way we're going back to things. And yeah, when this thing's over, when you don't have to wear a mask anymore, that's when everything's going to be a different. Yeah, it's going to be alien, you can say, compared to what it used to be. And people will probably forget where it is right now. I mean, it wasn't worth remembering. It's like, was it worth getting up and I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work till like 6:30 in the morning for what? For nothing. So yeah. It's gonna be nice to see things change for once. As for what the future holds, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, this is ivantar.com. Private sessions, run a channel, Google Hangout, Zoom channel on my phone. If you have questions, I'm on the 14th for some people, not everybody. Same situation here. Other channelers and viewers I do recommend here, and social network, Rabbit, and dating site. Alright. For your, so yeah, this is not a gloom and doom or anything like that. I think we've already lived that. So, alright, we got connected to the Lemurian energies, and whoever else is here. So, let's see what we get. Yeah, I'll just leave it open. Lantern energies are here too. Arcturian. Okay, blessings. Greetings. We are the Lemurians. Your, where our society, yes, is very connected to yours. We are part of entertainment, fun stuff, swimming, go out and connect with nature, elemental energies, you know, canoeing, things of that sort, swimming out to the middle of the ocean, knowing your limits or knowing your limitless, jumping out of a plane. That is a Lemurian vibration. Yes, we're very elemental in our ways, but so are you. The athletic side is a Lemurian vibration. Atlanteans are usually of the mental, scientific, technologies. Lemurians are, we're the fun ones. Atlanteans gonna be fun, but they're part of creation, building. They just have a different vibration. Yes, they have fun, but it's quite different than ours. Those also, yes, are as you yes finding more of your heart space. Yeah, the joys of one's soul. Your astral self. You'll feel like you're on several worlds, not just one. You're on several timelines, not just one. You can even see yourself in different timelines. So should I go right or should I go left? You can actually see yourself in both those timelines. Here it's hard to see it, of course, because of the vibration of the earth. Yes, everybody's too busy. As you are forced to sit down and reevaluate yourselves. And know your self-worth, but also know what you're capable of on a spiritual level. Many are going to, of course, hold on to the physical, but there's nothing wrong with holding on to the physical, but realize there's much more than the physical. You can be third dimension all you want. There's nothing stopping you there, but realize there's much more layers to yourself. Why limit yourself? Some limit themselves like, just too much. I'm going to go sit in a hole for a while instead. And that's going to be my fun. It's fear, but also the soul doesn't feel like it's capable. At least for some. You're here, yes, to bring in a new generation. Of, yes, bringing a child into the world, making it easy for them instead of hard. You incarnate in this world, and it's actually fun to come here instead of like, what have I done? That right there is a large, a different world, isn't it? Now, yes, it's human trafficking and child trafficking. All that's going to go on the way as you basically change the vibrations of yourselves. That will dissipate and disappear. It just will. Now, are you going to be able to arrest everybody? You'd be surprised. There are timelines where it'll just die out. It'll just no longer exist. It was there, and now it's gone. So it all depends on the vibration of humanity. Humanity's not, because it's the energy that the human trafficking brings into the world is what you're learning from. When you no longer need it, yes, you feel like you just left off a weight off the planet. It is necessary, isn't it? Well, what you're going through, yes, you're experiencing hell on this planet, basically. So you brought lower astral into the physical, which is not as easy as it sounds. Not really. So you brought it into the physical realms, and for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Yeah, it's basically turned up the hell button. Of course, there's a heavenly energy here. Of course there is. But in some parts of regions, it is hell. So, as you evolve, you see hell washing away. If you wanted to. Some need it for their own self-development. But you'll understand that. Many need their darkness. They need to know what to do with it and how to experience it. They're not ready to fully be peaceful with themselves I mean, for a person to be peaceful in themselves can be hell. It's like, I'm not ready to be peaceful. I need my chaos. Yeah, I need my Jack Daniels. I need my insanity. I need my insulin of cocaine, whatever it is. Yeah, you can't just yank that away from them. But as you shift your vibrations, you'll have more of an understanding of that. The world will get more simpler. So many that wish to, yes, you have your mass arrest. A lot of that will just disappear. These people causing difficulties here, they'll just go away. You think it's going to be mass arrest, and there will be some of that, yes, to give you satisfaction. But then again, they get they get re-released back into the world. So, because apparently humanity wasn't done with them yet. It's like, we need to experience you still causing trouble for us. It's like a bad relationship. It's like we're having a, you keep going back to it. I mean, technically, it's the same thing. You just keep going back to the bad relationship over and over and over. It's like, okay, now we're done. And then it comes back. That's on a global level. So when you're ready to change that timeline, like I said, a lot of this is just going to just disappear. Vaporize itself, whatever it is. Go into another dimension, another realm. Feel lighter energies around you and a soul transformation for yourself. You will get lighter and connect more to the higher realms. Those that wish to, those that are ready to, that were intended to. And you'll understand the third dimension mentality, even heal those in the third dimension. Third dimension people are not going away, but you'll have a more understanding of them so you can assist them if they wish to be helped. They're not likely to release from the third dimension because there's still much to learn from it. But they can learn a lot from you. So I'm not ready to go that level, but I am willing to hear and listen. That's where you're heading. It's not as complex as some of you thought it was. So even those that are causing difficulties on this world on a global level, your news tells you who's the bad guy. How convenient. Well, at least the one they want you to be. Yes, it's very much high school here. They tell you who the bad person is, but usually the bad person's not even mentioned. It's just a humorous plant. I mean, some of us should just look at things here and just okay. If that's who you believe is the one causing all the difficulties, that's all yours. But usually it's not one that's said by name that's causing difficulties here. As many of you realize, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to go through their tests. You just say, I don't need that. I don't care who the Illuminati is. I don't care about any of it. I don't need those timelines. And that's it. Those that are conspiracy theorists that are they want to learn from the Illuminati, even to be like them one day, or they're just not ready to let go of that energy. Some of them like the high of their manipulation. It's like, I wish I was like them. Some of them are like that. Yes, they might get all angry and everything. But in the long run, it's like, God, I wish I was just like you guys. There's a lot to learn from this world, isn't there? There's a different side to everything, isn't there? But yeah, it's what you want to experience. Of course, there's going to be contracts for you to experience certain things, of course. But you look at it as you're not as a victim, and look at it as a growth. You will grow more. In a more positive sense. There's no word of stupid, not really. It's just that you feel like you have to learn a certain lesson that learning's hard. And you might feel stupid by learning it, but you're actually getting smart by doing it. You're just not giving yourself credit. It is a lot to carry. Of course. All these little stumbling blocks in life. Yeah. Like have rock formations fall on you. It's all done by design to grow the soul. Of course you feel stupid for being involved with that. But yes, the soul grows a tremendous amount. The higher self thanks you. Spirit's like, I can't believe you got through that. It's like a movie to them. Surviving this place, yes, is miraculous. So, yes, for the alien vibrations, they'll easily walk into your world as your vibrations shift, as some of you already know. as some of you are already connected to them, aliens are not ready for a human race that's completely lost. Some are, but you're here to understand yourselves to a degree. When the aliens do come into this reality, you can handle the aliens that are going to manipulate society again. Well, they're already doing it now. You become more aware of who's doing it, who the puppet masters are, and there are many. You'll just see behind the veil, through your third eye, through your senses. You'll just know things. You'll just know. It'll become very clear. Yes, if there's a reptilian presence here, you'll know about that. Syrian, Palladian, whatever it is that's causing difficulties here. It'll just become known. Some of you are already experiencing it already. And become more sensitive to it. Eventually you'll see it when it's necessary. So basically, you just become aware of the presence here. Which isn't easy. I mean, even just that is heavy. It's like you see alien beings manipulating guides, spirit guides of a person, and the person just going through. It's hard to see that. And there's nothing you can do because they're not going to listen to you. Most usually not. Yeah, the more you see, like, I can't do anything, can I? No. I mean, some cases you can, but very few. Nobody's going to believe you when you tell them there's like an alien being manipulating you. It's like, first of all, they'll probably say, yes, I know, and get away from me. That's probably the reaction you'll most likely get. Humans aren't ready to let go of this stuff. Yeah, it's on their soul journey. This is how you grow. Some grow very slowly, some grow very fast. Slow growers are there's a lot of that here. It's more of a slow growth. Many want the paradise life, and it's given to them, and it kind of ruins them. They get everything they want, and it's like, okay, now what? Now you are in decline yourself. Instead of moving forward, having very few things, and evolving, so having everything isn't what it's cracked up to be. We're just saying. It depends. Everything is a few things. It's usually as people around you is more of that is everything. Always in a positive sense. That is everything. Objects and things don't really matter. Yeah, as you're here basically to evolve your Earth into a more of a higher dimensional state, so you connect to your aliens and go to the Galactic Federations, wherever you want to connect to. There's dozens of them, as many of you know. And it can get confusing. So connecting to your own self, what do you have within yourself? Maybe you're not connected to any of them. That's usually a wise decision. But some don't grow that well that way. Some need to be part of some kind of galactic federations of whatever you want to call them. But many of you are actually are independent. Yeah, you're just freelancers. Now, I'm going to say most of you are freelancers. Yes. Yes and no. Mostly yes. I mean, you're connected to a group, but it's like friends. It's not like some big fancy word that you call yourselves. I mean, you can, but usually just stay away from titles. Stay away from titles. Yeah, no federation, no names. We're just family. We don't have any fancy anything. It's usually better that way. Less tension to get, because when you put yourself in a federation or any type of group, they can be easily manipulated if not everybody's talking to each other. Because when you're in a family unit, it's good to know each other. And if you're in a group that has a fancy name and fanciness everywhere, it's easy to infiltrate it, as some of you have learned. So you're part of a family with no name, and you all know each other, you feel the vibrations of each other, and nothing sneaky is happening. It's much preferred. Not as exciting as a big group, but it is more satisfying in the long run. Some need a group for guidance. There's nothing wrong with that. but you get the positives and the negatives of it, and eventually you find your own independence, or just find your own. You're just with you and a few friends. You don't have to have a galactic federation to worry about yourself. As fancy as that is, some of those, yes, are doomed to fail, as you've noticed. Some of you would like to be on an island right now, just looking at the fishes. You're with the loved ones, looking at the fish. What else do you need in life? No pressures. But you're part of a country with rules, regulations, this and that. It's like, oh, jeez. Send me somewhere else. See? So, but this is how you work. Well, maybe incarnated into a country with a lot of difficulties for obvious reasons to assist it. Or to grow through it, whatever. Everybody's different. But some of you are, yes, called implanted to shake things up. Yes. To help others find their own guidance, their own direction, whatever it might be. Stir things up. Some of you, yes, are incarnated to really stir things up. Become, yes, not always the most liked beings out there, but you still have a good intention for the most part. You come here to change things, break down the systems, and then leave the world. Very simple. Well, sounds simple, but not really. Doing it's another story. So, blessings to you from the Lemurians. Love to you all. Blessings.